Good Wednesday evening. KVUE News at 6 begins tonight with breaking news. The Austin Police Department has officially cut ties with an officer convicted of deadly conduct. In the last half hour, a department spokesperson confirmed to KVUE that APD has now fired Officer Christopher Taylor.
Yesterday, a judge sentenced Taylor to 2 years in prison for shooting and killing Maurice da Silva in 2019. It's believed to be the first time an officer has been convicted in an on-duty shooting in Travis County.
Christopher Taylor is appealing that conviction and sentence, but his conviction and sentence have sparked questions about APD policy.
KVUE's Malia Masamoto is live at APD headquarters downtown with more on how experts think this case could affect policing in Austin going forward. Malia?
O'Brien and Quita, a big issue that was coming up throughout the trial was the police department's training and how Taylor responded to Maurice da Silva, who was going through a mental health crisis. But the former APD chiefs who testified said Taylor did in fact follow all the department's policies and procedures that they have. So experts are telling me, is this kind of leaving the department in jeopardy? They don't know what the future could hold. In the case of Christopher Taylor, both sides think differently about the police's response to a mental health incident.
The broad consensus is he did what was right. He followed training, followed protocol, he followed the law.
You see the difference between an ordinary and prudent person and what Chris Taylor did.
But something both sides can agree upon, it's a rare sentence.
It is a rarity for criminal charges to be filed. It's rare, even in Democratic states like California, where I live. It's incredibly rare to file criminal charges.
Scott Defoe is a former LAPD sergeant who has been an expert for hundreds of police shooting cases. And he says almost all of them, even the ones that don't end in a conviction, lead to more hesitancy.
Now, the response to those events may get negatively impacted because of this situation, because officers are going to be much more reluctant to get involved in situations where it could ultimately end up in a incarceration.
Defoe says COVID and the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis in 2020 have affected officer retention. As a result, nationwide, police training is not what it used to be.
I work with departments or have cases where departments shoot their weapon one time a year, but they're expected to go out and perform, under unique circumstances.
And now he says Austin could see a similar effect, especially with this being the DA's first conviction of an officer in Travis County.
Before you're critical of wanting to send officers to jail, you may want to try to spend that time and effort into properly training and properly recruiting officers.
After the sentence came down yesterday, APD Police Chief Lisa Davis said the department is consistently reevaluating its policies. So as Taylor's appeal makes its way through the court process, we are still going to be figuring out how officers are going to be responding to situations in the Austin Police Department now.